Hello and welcome to Frontrunner Motorsport, and it is time for our fourth pairing in the greatest touring car driver ever super tournament. So if you haven't watched and voted on the last few videos, there is a playlist now that will be in the end card of this video and a link in the description. And make sure you subscribe so you don't miss any of the matchups going forward. Halfway through the first round now and still plenty of time to vote. This time we have French touring car star Laurent Aiello going up against the legendary Italian Fabrizio Giovanardi. Another pairing it is hard to pick a winner from, but I am going to lay down the knowledge for these touring car gods. All you have to do is leave your vote in the comments. You can leave just the name of the chosen driver or give a reason alongside their name. With that, let's begin battle number 4 of the greatest touring car driver ever super tournament. Starting with the French ace Laurent Aiello. After failing to make a splash in the International F3000 Championship, Aiello moved to the French touring cars in 1993, racing for the independent Oreca team in a BMW. He managed to come second, just losing out to Frank Bieler's Audi. In 1994, he returned in a Peugeot Works entry and won the series, and also bagged a test drive with the Jordan Formula 1 team, as they were backed by Peugeot at the time. In 1995, Laurent Aiello stayed in the French touring car series, but the ageing Peugeot 405 was no match for the BMW 318 or the Opel Vectra, and Aiello had to settle for third. In 1996 he moved to the Super Tourenwagen Cup in a brand new Peugeot 406. He took 3 wins and finished third in the series. He came back again in 1997 and took an impressive 11 wins on his way to the championship. He's another to win the Le Mans 24 Hours, which we choose to ignore here, but in 1998 he won in a Porsche 911 GT1 with Alan McNish and Stefan Ortelli. He was unlucky not to retain his Super Tourenwagen Cup in 1998, losing out to Johnny Giacotto by just 3 points. With Peugeot fleeing from the Super Tourenwagen Cup, Laurent Aiello joined Nissan in the British touring cars for 1999. In his first and only season he won 10 races and beat teammate and series veteran David Leslie to the championship. With Nissan also leaving the British touring cars for 2000, apparently Aiello had that effect on teams. He moved to the newly formed DTM series with Abt Sportline in an Audi TT for 2000. The car was not on the pace of the Opel and Mercedes cars around it, and Laurent Aiello only managed 16th in the championship. In 2001 the car was better developed and moved up the field in pace, with Aiello taking 4 wins on his way to 5th in the championship. Laurent Aiello was also top Audi TT driver, ahead of the likes of Matthias Ekstrom, Christian Abt and Martin Tomczyk. In 2002 he would win the championship, beating Bernd Schneider and taking 8 wins. This was his final great season in motorsport. In 2003 he would take his final career win and finish 6th in the championship before moving to Opel for 2004, scoring a few points here and there but barely scraping into the top 10 before finishing 11th in 2005. After that he retires, still surprisingly young for a touring car driver. He was only 36, but with Super Tourenwagen Cup, French and British Touring Car Championships under his belt, Laurent Aiello is a tough guy to bet against. Unless you compare him to Italian Fabrizio Giovanardi. Giovanardi has the advantage of starting before and finishing after Laurent Aiello. Fabrizio Giovanardi never really made a mark in single-seaters despite racing in International Formula 3000 between 1989 and 1991, even winning at Vallelunga for first racing in 1989, but his touring car career truly began in 1992 in the Italian Superturismo Championship. He made appearances in 1991, but began full-time in 1992 with Peugeot Italia in a 405. Fabrizio Giovanardi dominated the series, winning 12 of 20 races. He remained in that series for the next 7 years. After 3 more years in the series, finishing 2nd and 3rd in the championship for Peugeot, Giovanardi moved to Alfa Romeo in 1995, finished 2nd again in 1997 before winning 2 titles in a row in 1998 and 1999. In total he took 41 wins in the series and 3 championships. Elsewhere he made his DTM debut in 1995 for Alfa Romeo, raced in the Spanish Touring Car Series in 1996 and 1997, winning the series in the latter. He'd make 4 appearances in the Super Tourenwagen Cup, taking a win in 1999. In the year 2000, Giovanardi moved on to the European touring cars, still with Alfa Romeo, and won the first 3 championships, taking 17 wins along the way. Strangely, he moved to BMW for 2003, but this dalliance was brief and unfulfilling, so Giovanardi went back to Alfa Romeo for 2004, taking a win but only finishing the year 5th. In 2005, the series became the World Touring Cars. 4 more wins led to 3rd in the championship. He moved to the British Touring Cars for 2006, joining VX Racing in a Vauxhall. The first year was tough, but Giovanardi took a couple of wins with a year behind him. Giovanardi then won the series in 2007, retained it in 2008, and finished 3rd in 2009. In 2010, Giovanardi took part in the first 3 races, winning 2, but he didn't stay in the championship. He would race in the Superstars series in a Porsche Panamera, winning most of the races he entered, as well as racing in the V8 Supercars in Australia. In 2011, he won the 2-race European Touring Car Trophy in a Honda, but began to race less at this point. He raced in a few Superstar races in 2013, returned to the BTCC in 2014 for a disappointing series with Ford. Since then, he's had a year in the World Touring Car Cup in 2018 in an Alfa Romeo Giulietta for Team Mulsanne. He didn't get many points, but it was fitting that he went out in an Alfa Romeo, as it was the manufacturer that gave him some of his best successes in motor racing. So there are the 2 arguments for 2 great drivers. Will you vote for Laurent Aiello, the French Touring Car Champion, Super Tourenwagen Cup Champion, DTM and British Touring Car Champion? Or will you go for Fabrizio Giovanardi, who won multiple Italian, British, European Championships over a very long career? Leave your vote in the comments and make sure you subscribe so you don't miss the next round of battles in the greatest touring car driver ever Super Tournament. Go back and watch the previous videos in the playlist linked in the description. Leave a like and tell your friends. Thank you for watching and have a good one.